Welcome back to Bizarre Facts. Have you ever wondered which came first, the color orange or the fruit orange? The color orange was actually named after the fruit. This is something that may be common knowledge, but I had no idea, which I thought was very cool. There was a Twilight fanfiction that had the names changed that turned into the 50 Shades of Grey franchise. Orcas are a natural predator of moose, and I'm assuming this has something to do with Alaska. If you are 7 feet tall, you have a 1 in 6 chance of being in the NBA. The largest air force in the world is, you guessed it, the United States Air Force. The second largest air force in the world is the United States Navy. Rats can laugh, but we can't hear it, which is cool or terrifying depending on how you look at it. Against a common misconception, when you eat really spicy stuff, you're not actually damaging your body, although your body does read it as an internal fire. We don't have great taste receptors for spicy, so we just read things as physically hot or physically cold. And your brain reads meant as being physically cold. That's another reason why sometimes whenever you're touching something and not looking at it, you have a hard time identifying, is this cold or wet? And if you have animals, this is a question you ask yourself far too often. The Rick and Morty scene where they're arguing in a court. You're going to be in the court is a real court transcript. I think that is incredible. The Eiffel Tower has a tiny apartment at the very top of it created by its designer that he was going to live in. But currently it hosts 2 mannequins, one of him and one of Albert Einstein. And speaking of the Eiffel Tower, it actually grows during the summer when it's hot, due to the metal expanding. Grand Central Station has tennis courts. It also used to host record studios and a variety of other things. Mount Rushmore has a secret room behind Abraham Lincoln's head that was originally intended to host artifacts, but they decided not to keep them there, and so it's just an empty room and a piece of stone behind it. It's actually a really cool picture if you look it up. China rents out pandas to the rest of the world for zoos and things like that. And pandas, we love them, but they're so dumb, they have to force them to mate because they're just free and dumb. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. A cloud can weigh up to 1,000,000 pounds, which is just unimaginable to me. A teaspoon of honey represents the life work of about 12 bees. Hippos actually can't swim. They either just walk on the floor or they push themselves off, which is very cute. And lastly, Julius Caesar created something known as the Year of Confusion, where he was correcting a previously too short calendar to make it the appropriate length based on astronomy. And so he added 90 days to 1 year, it being called the Year of Confusion. Which one of these was your favorite? Did you know any of these?